My brother was my best friend. That was my protector.
A family demands answers after a deadly officer-involved shooting in the capital city. A local family is demanding answers tonight after a Tallahassee police officer shot and killed one of their loved ones last month. It's a story you'll see only on ABC 27. Investigators say officers caught up with Michael Johnson during an attempted carjacking on March 20th. According to the incident report, they tried to stop him. Johnson lost control and crashed. Then officers say Johnson tried to resist arrest. That's when he was shot. He was 31. His family says they recognize Johnson wasn't perfect. They add he had some run-ins with the law before, but he needed help. They're asking for copies of the video that was recorded that night. His sister, Mildred Richardson, tells ABC 27 she doesn't believe what the police say happened.
My brother was my best friend. That was my protector. I just know that it was another way. Just for the whole situation to be handled. And it wasn't for him to be killed. Not like that.
Tallahassee Police Department says the case is still ongoing. The investigation is pending a grand jury, which could take a while due to the COVID-19 precautions suspending courts. Johnson was a father of 4. He leaves behind 3 daughters and a son.
With the closure of non-essential businesses, many people find themselves out of work. For business owners, it's a very uncertain time. Allison Posey talked to a Tallahassee business owner about how she's staying positive through this struggle.
For nearly 20 years, Amber Swartz has been an esthetician. She graduated from nursing school in 2008, and in 2011, she opened Bumblebee Waxing and More in Tallahassee. For the last 4 years, she's focused solely on her business, a business she promises when they're able to open back up, they'll be stronger than ever.
Getting over it is through the love and support of my hive, our Bumblebeers, my tribe.
Amber Swartz opened Bumblebee Waxing and More in Tallahassee in 2011.
It's where my heart's at.
A heart that experienced some aching when Bumblebee had to shut its doors last week.
We were there for so many people to bring some normalcy in their day and to leave feeling refreshed. And to not be able to continue to provide that for them was heartbreaking.
Heartbreak that resonates on 2 levels.
This is all new.
Bumblebee just completed an expansion.
We just last week finished final inspection.
And now Amber's trying to find a tenant for the adjoining building, which she also owns.
So this would be a conference room. We can only control what we can control and just deal with it moment to moment. We met payroll for this coming payroll date, and I'm gonna do everything I can to keep us as a team for as long as possible.
Through the struggles, some light. It's her clients that's kept her going.
I guess you reap what you sow.
Online orders have increased. Clients are still paying for services.
Gift card for here.
And for that, she's thankful.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the feeling of my heart wanting to burst with gratitude and not fear or sorrow.
Gratitude that's straight from the heart. Amber said being a nurse has actually prepared her for this pandemic. To quote her, "Viruses are smarter than us." She said her license is still active, and if the need arose in Tallahassee, she would have no problem coming to help. In Tallahassee, Allison Posey, ABC 27.
A coalition of state Democrats is calling on the governor to halt a massive corporate tax refund as the state economy reels from coronavirus. The group sent a letter to Governor DeSantis this week saying now is not the time to hand back the more than $500 million in state money. Senator Jose Rodriguez is leading the charge, saying that money could be better spent helping those in need. Instead, Florida's top 1% of corporations will be getting checks, he says. Representative Ana Escamani urged DeSantis to redirect the money away from large corporations with an executive order.
They're not the ones who need a break right now. It is our small businesses and our unemployed Floridians. And we believe that it's inappropriate that these big corporations can get checks while the rest of us here in Florida are waiting for that check.
The lawmakers have yet to get a response from Governor DeSantis. The Florida legislature approved the refund in 2018 when the state economy was in a much different place. And local members of Congress are also pushing for more help for Florida's unemployed. Lawmakers held a Zoom meeting from their homes in Florida, asking the governor to use emergency powers to do more for people who are out of work.
We are asking for the governor to change it so that your benefits begin to run on the date that you lose your job.
Local leaders say the delays and the limited benefits are now beginning to add up. Florida's benefits for the unemployed currently last only 12 weeks and top out at $275 a week. According to these Democrats, 46 states offer at least 20 weeks and 45 states pay more in benefits than Florida.
Stimulus checks could start going out later this week. In a recent Bankrate survey, 31% of people who are expecting checks say that money won't even last them a month. 8% say it won't help them at all. Half of the people surveyed say they'll use the money to catch up on bills, and a third say they'll put it into savings. Lawmakers in Washington are already working on a possible fourth stimulus bill.
Hi everybody, First Alert meteorologist Dave Ogan filling in for Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse, and we do have some activity on Doppler. The good news is over the past hour or so we've actually seen things quiet on down. However, we do have some activity out here towards I-10. You can see right towards just to the south of Monticello. This is moving right actually parallel to I-10 and eventually into Greenville. Just a quick pop-up shower. It's here, it's gone. A brief 10-15 minute downpour. And then we got some activity right up towards southern Georgia for Early and Miller County, right out here, Blakely, just to the south of for folks living in Blakely County. And then as we widen out the view one more time, kind of quieting down in the Florida area, but we still have some storms that are going to be moving on through southern Georgia within the next couple of hours. So let's take a look at your severe weather risk for the evening. Just giving you a first alert heads on up for areas in the green. That's a marginal risk for a gusty thunderstorm possible for southern Georgia and portions of northern Georgia. That's about a 5% risk of damaging winds and even some hail associated with some of these storms. So for tonight, getting down to 72 degrees, a warm and muggy one with storms diminishing just after the dinner hour and a breeze out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So hear how this all plays down here as we see your forecast and focus right around 5 o'clock here where the storms are. And then as we get into 7 o'clock, you can see some more storms up in southern Georgia, Ocklackney, Thomasville, Thomas County, getting in on some of the action right there. As we head into 11 o'clock, that's when it's going to be quiet on Doppler. But as we go into Thursday morning, that's when we're going to start to see some fog cover out here, patches of fog along